Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Sinead and I am so excited that you clicked on today's video. Today we have in store a spend the day with me, a realistic day in my life. However, guys, yesterday's clips, so the clips you would have just seen previously to this, were filmed yesterday. Reason being, we woke up all good intentions to have a good day of filming. However, the weather did say otherwise. The weather was brutal. It was downpour raining. So I literally could not get outside for the most part of it. So I filmed a couple of clips and I just decided to call it a day. So we are back again today. However, the clips that we did film, which was, I think I made my morning coffee and a little bit of a late breakfast, early lunch situation. That is what I would do as part of my morning routine anyway, is obviously make myself breakfast and get myself a coffee. So we are literally going to pick up from where we left off yesterday. We are going to spend the rest of today doing all things that I would do on my day off from work. So as we've seen, I would start my day off with a quick cup of coffee, and then I would have some breakfast or light lunch for the day. In today's case, obviously we are starting a brand new day today, so I do really fancy getting myself a matcha. I am not a matcha girly at all by any means. However, I have tried quite a few in different countries as well. A lot of them I have found to be very grassy and earthy tasting, which I know I don't know much about matcha, but I do know that that isn't meant to be the case. I have been recently trying to go around to different cafes and stores and try find a matcha that I actually like. I have discovered that I actually really like the Costa's strawberry syrup coconut milk matcha. So I think that we are going to start off there by going and getting ourselves a little matcha, sitting down in the cafe and doing a bit of reading. Because when I tell you, quick update for the vlog, I'm currently reading Wuthering Heights at the moment because I really want to go see the film with my partner in the next week or so. However, as you will very well learn about me in the upcomings, I am very much a slow reader. I don't like to pressure myself to go super fast with my reading abilities because I am very slow at reading. I do like to take my time with it and make sure that I understand everything. And depending on the book, obviously, whether it's fantasy, sci-fi, or even just a little rom-com, I do like to make sure that I do fully understand everything in the book that's going on and appreciate the book as well and not rush through it. Obviously, Wuthering Heights is a classic. I have not read a classic since I was in secondary school, and that was a long time ago. I haven't read this kind of style of book in a very, very, very long time, and therefore the writing is a lot more intense. There's a lot more to it. I will say that I felt like I was going to struggle a lot more than what I am. However, I am taking it at my own pace and just making sure that I research words that maybe I'm not fully understanding and things like that. So I do want to go and sit down and do some reading on Wuthering Heights because it is quite a short book. It's not the longest. So I definitely want to do some reading for the day because I do find that when I read, I decompress. It takes my mind off absolutely everything and I do thoroughly enjoy it. So that is definitely number one on our list, is to go to the cafe, get a matcha, sit down and just decompress, have some quality time with ourselves and just have a really wholesome start to our day. I literally feel as though every single time I'm talking to the vlog, I am sat in my car, which is literally the case. So I do apologize for that. We will switch that up at some stage. I did in fact finish up in Costa a few hours ago, and I had a really nice time. I finished my matcha, I did some reading, and I spent a little amount of time on the phone. The weather at that point was starting to get really bad again, so headed back to my partner's house and we made some dinner, and we had this really lovely crumbed chicken with like a chorizo mac and cheese on the side, and it was chef's kiss. That's what we've been doing for the last few hours, is just relaxing, spending some quality time together. Now that the weather is kind of slightly clearing up, it's still spitting a little bit outside, there's still a bit of rain, but I decided to take a trip to the bookshop to see if I could get a physical copy of Wuthering Heights, because I do not have one. I am currently reading it on my Kindle, as you would have seen, so I want to see if they have Wuthering Heights in stores. And then also I might pick up Collide as well, because I did in fact just finish Collide on my Kindle a few days ago, so I want to see if they have the physical copy of that as well, because every single time I go to the bookshop to pick up Collide, Spiral or Evolve, they literally never have them in stock. So I've obviously finished the first one now. I really want to have the trophy on my shelf, so I'm going to see if they have that as well. And that is all I need, because obviously we are going to be doing a bit of a book browse. However, we are not going to be picking up any unwanted books, because I'm trying to be super mindful of what I'm buying at the moment. I have so much on my TBR right now that I literally do not need any more books. On the list, Wuthering Heights and Collide, and if they don't have either, then we will just obviously be walking away empty-handed. But that is okay. That is okay. We are prepared and we are ready for any outcome. Also, when a book gets adapted into a movie and then they bring out the movie cover of the book, I'm never a huge fan. Like, I usually prefer the original OG book covers rather than the movie adaptations. However, is that the word? Adaptations? I think that's the word. I have no idea. I'm never really a fan of that, but I've seen the movie cover for Wuthering Heights and I'm not mad at it. So whatever cover we can get, I'll be happy with. Also, I've had to resort in putting a beanie on because it is literally freezing. It claims it's 7 degrees out in my car. That just cannot be true. It is just like, it cannot be 7 degrees outside. It is freezing. My toes, my hands, my ankles, they physically cannot get warm. No matter how much heating I put on in the car, no matter how much heating I put on in the house, I am literally froze. And I have a thermal on under this, and I have a big beanie on. I still can't get warm. So we have had to resort to desperate measures. However, I probably could have put on a coat as well, which is my mistake. But it is what it is. I love my jumper. It's cute. It says, what does it say? I'm just a girl. And I am. I'm just a girl, guys. And it's cute. Like, I couldn't ruin it by putting a jacket over the top. Okay, I need to stop talking and we need to just go in and see what we can find. Okay, we made it out of the shop. I literally got so camera shy, panicked, threw my camera back into my pocket and pretty much legged it out of there because it was super busy and I had all the intentions of talking to the vlog and like walking you through everything. However, that just did not happen. So I'm very sorry, but like, I'm just a girl. I panicked. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna keep pushing myself out of my comfort zone and it's gonna happen eventually. It's gonna happen. I also literally spent like the last 15 minutes looking for Wuthering Heights and Collide and literally couldn't find either of them, which was so sad. I even asked the shop assistant if she could help me look for it and they had none in stock, so I was gutted to say the least. Did have like the entire range of the Heated Rivalry series, looked to be a lot of stock in, so I was tempted. I was so tempted to pick up Heated Rivalry because I have not read it and I have not watched it yet. I do plan on doing both. I want to read it before I watch it, and I just have so many books on my TBR, as I mentioned, and I honestly can't bring myself to purchase another book without at least reading one on my TBR first. So I did have it in my hand and then I put it back on the shelf, and I was a good girl and I didn't buy it. So we did walk out of the bookshop with no books, which is always a sad day. However, it's fine. We've saved ourselves a bit of money here, and when Wuthering Heights does in fact become available again and it is in stock, I will purchase it, and the same with Collide. We'll be moving on to the second book in that series as well, which is Spiral, and I'm so excited to just have something fun and silly. They're really quick, easy reads. All those types of books kind of end up feeling the same, like in the same type of vibe that's going on. Really nice, airy, easy, fun reads. So I definitely will be moving on to that as well. Yeah, I was tempted to buy Heated Rivalry, but we will get that another time. So we did put that back. But now I'm thinking that we need to go to the food shop and pick up some foodie bits. So I think that's going to be next on our list.
At least the next book sheet anyway.
Okay, so I did a quick little whiz around Dunnes Stores. Literally, I was in, I was out. It was super fast. Only needed the bare minimum, just a couple of meals. So I picked those up. I'm going to give you guys a little food haul. Literally, as I said, there's like 2 things. So it's not that exciting, but I'm going to show you guys anyway. So first thing that I picked up was this fillet steak sharing plate, and it says it's succulent fillet steak on our signature dauphinoise topped with roulades of dry aged mint seasoned with lashings of parmesan. I've never actually had this before. I did put in a clip of this so you will see what this is, and this was one of the ones I had out on display today, and we've never actually tried this one. We usually get like the chicken parm, which is chef's kiss. It's delicious. So we said we would try something new because we already had chicken today. I think we might have this for dinner tonight, but we will see. But this looks really delicious and really, really filling. So we got that. Then also I picked up these 2 dishes. So these are ready to go meals. Now these are protein meals. These are the Pure Power Nutrition, which we can get here in Ireland. I don't know, did they stock these anywhere else? I picked up the spicy Szechuan beef noodles for my partner. And then I picked myself up the chicken and bacon carbonara, which is so delicious. It's honestly so good. I am planning on going back to the gym. I think I mentioned that in my previous video. I was in the gym non-stop religiously last year, and right up until I went traveling, and then obviously I was gone for a few months. I think I came back just before Halloween, and then I was straight back into work. Christmas happened, and then I got really sick. So I haven't been back to the gym since before I went traveling. So I want to get back into my grind again, and I just love the gym so much. So I need to get my gym membership again, and I picked up 2 of those meals because I used to pick them up all the time when I was in the gym, and I really loved them because they were super filling and they were really good on their macros. So I picked 2 of those up, and then I thought I had a €5 voucher off a €25 spend. Turns out that that wasn't the case, because I literally picked up this bottle of water. It's apple and raspberry fizzy water, and I picked this up basically just to make up the €25 and get the €5 off, and it didn't work. So ended up with this anyway, but I do love this water anyway, so it's fine. Hello my loves, I said I would quickly just pop on because I completely forgot to close off our video for today. After the last clips of me doing the food haul, I went inside, had dinner, just relaxed, read, spent quality time with my partner, went for a shower, and literally climbed into bed and fell asleep. So I thought I would just pop on and just close this video off. But before I go, I just wanted to mention that obviously you would have seen me trying to get my hands on Wuthering Heights in stores the other day. They were just out of stock, but the following day I did go down into the other store and they actually happened to have it. So I'm just going to show you. This is the one I was able to get my hands on, which was the movie cover, which honestly guys, I'm not mad at. I actually really like this cover, and I love the spine as well. It's really beautiful. Best part about it, the flop. Guys, the flop is flopping and it is gorgeous. The most floppiest book I own, 100% the most floppiest book I own, and it's so satisfying. So really happy with this purchase and was really glad I was able to get my hands on it. But guys, if you managed to make it this far into the video, I hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much for watching. And please make sure to like and subscribe to this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.